Well, welcome to week 2 of the cabin build and some of the other tasks we're doing up here in Alaska for the peacemakers and the retreat side of it. Getting ready to start treating some of the posts that are going to go in the ground. I've got a diesel and old motor oil 50-50 mix. It's supposed to be the best thing to use, so I'm going to start painting it on. Probably take a couple of coats to get it soaked in, but we'll get her done and just get ready to put them into the ground. I've got all the holes dug. They're just drying up a little bit. There's still a little bit of groundwater from the ice melt, but a couple days they'll be ready to go into the ground and get put in place. Then I can level them off and put the floor down. I've got almost all the lumber cut. Need just a few more 2x4s. But everything's ready to go. Then I'll just have to go get some sheeting at the store so we can put the decking on. But other than that, let's get on with it. What I'm told by all the old timers that have been up here for many years is this stuff will last 30+ years on a post. It'll seal it up, keep it from rotting. I've used some of that liquid tar on other ones I've had up here, and they seem to be doing good, but you know, that's money. This was pretty much free, other than 2 gallons or 3 gallons of diesel that I bought. So cheaper than a 5-gallon bucket of stuff. It will take a couple of coats. Let this just soak in. Obviously I'm just doing the top, so I now have to roll the posts over. And I'm coming up a little over 3 feet. That's all it'll be in the ground once I've got the concrete down the bottom and the base to sit on. So well, I got the first coat on all of them, all around them. Obviously once I get 2 more coats on there, then what I'll do is the bucket should be low enough I can stand them up on end in the bucket for a little bit so they suck up more from the bottom. But I painted the bottoms also. Well, I have all the posts treated. They've got 3 coats on them. It turned out really well. What I'll do is once I get them in leveled up, I'll pour some on the top so it soaks down in from the top end. But that's supposed to be how they look. I also started on my fence posts. I have 6 of them done so far. A bunch more to do. All the lumber's milled up. You see some treated wood right there. That's going to be on the outside, the rim joists, just case of weather. But all the 2x4s are milled up. 2x6s are milled up. The 4x6s are milled up. Only thing I can't mill, because I don't have my extended bunk on and I can't lift the logs, is the long wood I'll need for the roof. I'll end up having to buy dimensional for that, because there's just no way I can lift logs by myself. 8 foot's about all I can manage. And there I have to use a lot of leverage. But mill's working good. So that's where we're at. So far so good. I'm a little bit short on concrete by 5 bags. And the only reason I say that is I want to bring the concrete level up on a couple of them a little bit higher. I dug the holes a little bit bigger around, do the stuff like that center beam there being right dead center in the cabin and so big around. I dug a huge hole and need to fill it up a little bit higher. Other than that, I'll go get some more concrete probably on Sunday, since I'll already be parked away in town for church. So some more concrete, set that last post over there in that corner, and then level them off and zip them off, and then start setting the 4x6s. That's going to be the height. It's 1.5 feet up from the ground there. This is the highest spot. So I'll zip that off flush with the chainsaw and then work my way around and cut the rest. Well, there we go. They're all cut nice and level. I just need to get the shovel and backfill some of those holes with some of that, spread out those piles of dirt, and then go get the diesel oil mix and pour it on top of the posts, let it soak for a few. So let's get that done. Now I have to make all my floor joists 94.5 inches long. That way they'll, once I put the 1.5 rim joists on the end on both sides, that'll make it an even 16 feet. So I'm going to get to cutting. Sure nice having the generator up here and a chop saw. Cut to length. There's the rim joist. It's a 2x8. I'm doing 16" on center. To do that, your initial one needs to be 5 1/4. That puts the 16 right in the middle. And then to make it easy, so you're not dealing with middle, knot numbers, that little notch right there in the end of the tape fits right on the screw or nail head, and then you can come down and just mark the 16" line the rest of the way, and then you just put it to the left of, or to the right of the line all the way, and that keeps my floor joist 16 on center all the way down. I've got to lay out the other one, and then I'll get out the nail gun and start nailing it on and put the floor in place. Alright, so we are going to today finish nailing the deck down, getting it all secure. I squared it up. It's perfectly square. The lines down the sides are straight. Use the string line for that. Next, what we're going to do is I'm putting the blocking in where the 2x6s join. You can see I've got some down there. It's 2 inches down. I used dimensional lumber for that, so I didn't have to mill some specifically for that. But I'm putting that down across so it keeps them from flexing in and out and make it more sturdy. Then I'm going to go around and put these on similar to this, 2 inches down. And I've got all that foam board there that I will be ripping down, putting an aluminum side down because animals don't like the aluminum, and that'll be the in-floor insulation. Obviously I'll spray foam around the cracks and stuff, but that'll be the floor insulation. Then the next thing will be putting the decking on. I'll have to take another trip to town for that. I can only haul so much in my truck. It's not big enough to haul everything. So, and I don't have a trailer that I can use up here yet. So let's get on with it. Let's get these things nailed in. I started nailing the ledges down for the foam. My air compressor took a dump. The motor motor for the compressor seized up. So I'm at a standstill. With my shoulder, I can't swing a hammer, but a little bit, and then I'm done. So I'm gonna have to figure out some way to get another air compressor. It is what it is. But I did realize I made a mistake. I put these ledger boards down in these first 3 bays, and that's open deck. So there's no foam going there. Oh well, I got enough boards to do it all. I've got it all marked in the middle. I got to put some roll blocking in there too. But again, I need the air compressor, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. So until I can get air, I'm kind of at a standstill. It's supposed to rain the next 2 or 3 days. So if it starts raining, I may not be able to do much up here. So we'll see where it goes from there.